Hello, 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 beloved souls. It's 11:11, and this is a special reading just for you. So, big transformations going on, right? The 11s are numbers that are like pillars, right? And so they're gateways, activations, portals, initiations, taking us to a new version of ourselves. Really transformative energy. 11 is a master number and it represents light. And 22, it's 11, 11, 22, right? And 22 is also a master number and it represents peace. And 11, 11, 2022 reduces to the number 10, and 10 is the number of the wheel of destiny's changing, right? So we just had it's a also number of master manifestation. So this is a super potent and powerful day for everyone, right? Like really get crystal clear about what it is that you want your future to look like. Like really get into that energy of like imagination and envisioning today, because we are propelling forward, right? We just jumped a lot of timelines. A lot of you are going to be activated with your spiritual gifts and psychic awarenesses. That beautiful eclipse season that we just walked out of, and I mean the eclipse energy lasts for about 3 to 6 months afterwards, but the intensity of it, especially because we had like that Scorpio eclipse first, and then we had that Taurus eclipse, and eclipses really are shoves from the universe towards our fate, right? And Scorpio is the season of death and rebirth. So we just got cracked open. The ego was told to die away. We're pulling away karma. We're pulling away pain, distorted belief systems. I mean, it got intense. It got crazy. You're dealing with breakups and shakeups and job losses and moves and delays when it comes to travel and transportation, technology kind of being wonky. And as much light is being amplified at this time and coming in to really support us to move forward, right? So that we can move out of that, what we just lost and died away, so we can step and be rebirthed right now into this beautiful light. Not only has the light increased, but because it's a dual universe, when the light has increased, the darkness has also increased. So there's been a super big push on distracting everybody from their path, their mission, their goals, why they came, why they incarnated, right? We all came with kind of with all these incarnations, right? To kind of heal and grow and evolve and ascend. And the more you can get pushed off your path, even if it's by a little slight distraction that delays you a little bit, the more you're stepping away from your light. So if you're experiencing like physical illnesses or dis-ease, right? That is because you're moving away from your soul's light. You're moving away from your mission, from your path. And so we're seeing all of that being heightened. I mean, I don't know how many freaking commercials that I have seen, while I'm on my phone of they have all these new games and it's like, oh, download the game and you win $100 instantly, or you get 1,000,000 coins, or whatever all the shit is. But that little fake offering is a form of distraction, right? It's like if you're busy stuck on your phone playing a game, you're not living your life. You got your head down. You're not standing in your truth. You're not going to handle your business. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with like taking your time, like a brain break, and like playing your game and like doing what you do. But if you're consumed by this brain break because you think that you're going to get some type of instant gratification with like quick, easy money, it's a distraction, right? We have that being a distraction. I have what else was I watching yesterday? Because I was cracking up and I was like, really, is this what we're doing? Oh, if you're here in the States, right? We just had this huge lottery win of like, I think it was like 1 point something or 2 point something $billion, right? Huge, right? So then everyone's like rushing, trying to think, like, billionaire status, but most people are not in alignment with that truth, right? Most people are in alignment with that type of money. But again, a distraction, because it's like, oh, let me focus on that. And then, I won't have to worry about anything. It's like, you don't really have to worry in general. All your needs are met ahead of time. We serve a God of completion. If all the sparrows of the field will be fed and taken care of, so will you. But sometimes we forget that we are children of the divine and that all of our needs are met and that everything will be taken care of. We lose hope, we lose faith, because things can get a little complicated, right? A little challenging. And we forget that we incarnated wanting to face some of these challenges, and that they're all a part of the sacred plan, and they're all a part of our, our fate and our destiny in order to help us grow, evolve, and ascend. It's not like we're getting faced with these challenges because we're being punished. It's like, no, we're being faced with these challenges so that we can overcome it, right? You go through your trials and your testimonies so that you have something like in your test in order to have these beautiful triumphs, these beautiful testimonies, right? We get afflicted so that we know how to come out on the other side of it, and not only so that it makes us stronger and builds our own inner strength, but also that so we can be a support to other people in the collective that are going through these different ego depths, right? That are healing their own generational curses, that are clearing out karma, from the collective. And that's a lot of work. That's a lot of work. I know as a light worker that I show up every day, right? I tap in every day. I literally just got woken up with a phone call, and I was like, time to get this party started. Like I was gonna try to sleep in. It's a holiday for my babies. It's Veterans Day. Shout out to all my beautiful vets. Um, Shout out to my grandpa Joe because he was a vet and he also passed away in 11/11. So this is like a double day for me when it comes to that energy. But we have all this beautiful energy where I'm trying to like just kind of rest and kind of chill. But it was like we need to get things started, right? People need to hear these messages. Like it's time for you to connect and to really tap in and to dial in. So that's why I'm here. Hopefully that's why you're here, tapping into these energies. So we have a lot of messages coming through. I'm gonna start with the Angels of Atlantis, of course, because that's how we normally get these big parties going. But it's a huge day of awakening, manifestation, and really propelling yourself forward. So use this energy today to really, like I said, think clearly about what it is that you're trying to manifest. Hey, friend, I just saw a dove, right? Blessing coming into this reading already. Um, Thank you, angels. Thank you guys for being here with me in the collective. And the number 11 for light, the number 22 for peace, and number 10 for instant manifestations, right? So, what do you want, right? And I'm not talking about from an ego sense, right? Because we just had a lot of the ego die away when we went through that eclipse. Now we're rebirthing into a new version of ourselves, right? Now we're stepping forward into our highest and greatest goals. Now, this is what are you manifesting from your heart space. This isn't what you're manifesting from the egoic mind. This is what you're manifesting from your heart. Like, what does your soul want to do, right? What are you giving birth to at this time? What is trying to be birthed through you? That's the energy that we're at today, right? And so you really just want to be crystal clear about it. You want to step forward with complete trust and faith and optimism, knowing that you can be, do, or have anything that you want in this world, and knowing that you're jumping timelines and your life is going to look a little different, right? Imagine how different the viewpoint of the butterfly is than that of the caterpillar. 1 minute you're just looking, your whole life is on the ground and the dirt, and you're like eating dirt and moving from space to space and getting dust in your face. And next thing you know, you completely fall apart, right? You don't know if you're coming or going. Your world literally just dissolves while you're in this chrysalis. And then you come forth, and now you have wings. And now, people are seeing your beauty, and now you're flying around, and now you're looking at things from a much broader perspective. Now you can see things from up top, and it's so different, right? And that's where we're at right now, right? We're coming out of this chrysalis. We're just in the in between time between the 8th with that lunar eclipse in Taurus, and now the 11/11 gateway. And now we get to see things from a different perspective. Now we get to stand in our truth and our light. Now we get to allow ourselves to be vulnerable and to be beautiful. And others are appreciating the beauty that we are because we've allowed ourselves to birth something new. We've allowed ourselves to transform. And so now we have a whole new understanding and appreciation for ourselves, for where we're at, and also others are in alignment with us, right? How often do you just stop and look at a beautiful butterfly, right? And they're just so gorgeous. You're not stopping and being like, oh, look at that gorgeous caterpillar. It's going to be a butterfly one day. No, you might see a caterpillar, you might be freaked out, you may not. But for the most part, when we see a butterfly, it it represents transformation, obviously, but it makes you stop. It makes you appreciate like the little things in life, right? And so that's that energy. It's like stopping and pausing and smelling the roses and realizing the beauty that you have in life and the beauty that you are. So really shine your light bright. Be clear about what your manifestations are. Get in the energy today of imagining, envisioning, and I mean like literally stop for a minute. Like maybe go outside if you can. It's a beautiful day here where I'm at. Um, and just imagine, look at your vision boards, start scripting out your days, tap into that energy, go online and look at that villa, that hut, wherever you wanted to go on vacation, and just do the things and put the energy out into the universe. and thank the Most High. Thank you, God. I'm serving God of completion that this is already done. And then you get off your butt and you start making moves, right? So anyway, thank you, angels. Thank you, guys, for these messages. What does the collective need to know for this beautiful 1111 portal? Ooh, we got some romance coming in for some of you. Okay. One, if you resonate as a twin flame, this is a dual message, right? Because we have like two candles here. But it's not surprising, right? Because Taurus is a sign of love, money, creativity, intimacy, our values. So the fact that this energy is coming up, we're moving away from those really unhealthy, toxic, narcissistic relationships, and we're moving more into this, like bringing more romance into your life through this portal. Um, some of you are going to be meeting your divine counterparts, right? Or you have met your divine counterparts, and things are going to start to kind of move forward. For those of you that are already in union, it's like you're going to be falling in love again. So I love that energy for you. Beautiful. And look, Archangel Sandalphon coming in with love. So love is being amplified for everybody, right? And not only intimate love, although we could get that with romance, but I mean a love of yourself, a love of your community, a love of your family and your friends and your body and your mission and your path and the things that you're doing. Like, how can you really open your heart space and move forward from there? Like I said, this 1111 portal is about the manifestations that are coming through our heart, not the egoic mind, not the like the 3D stuff where we need kind of tangible things to feel complete. No, this is you feeling complete already within yourself and then moving through love, right? What is trying to be birthed through you at this time, because this is the energy of rebirth. What did you come in and incarnate with that needs to come out and can only come through you, right? We all are unique expressions of the divine, and we all have our own mission. And for some of you, you've been hiding or kind of like moving away from your goals and dreams because you feel small, or you feel like you're not worthy enough, or you feel like you're not ready. And this is just a reminder that, one, you're loved beyond measure. I love you, God loves you, and the angels surround you at all given times. But also that this thing can only come through you. And God qualifies you, not man. So you don't need a certain amount of freaking degrees, diplomas, paperwork, experience, all the shit, all the nonsense that goes in the background. No, this is the fact that God qualifies you. What needs to be bursted through you, and how can you step forward on that path, right? What's one inspired action step that you can take? You take one step towards God, God will take 10 steps towards you, right? And so what's the one thing that you can do right now to just kind of activate this energy to show, you know what, I'm ready. I'm ready. And then, oh, Archangel Zaskiel, again, coming in with ecstasy. And look at this person, right? They just throwing it back. It's like, this is the energy of like, to me, it always comes off like someone who's just like so shocked, so surprised. Like, it's like you're at a surprise birthday party, right? And it's like, oh my God, like I just got so surprised. Or you freaking won one of the lottos or a super prize or something amazing, right? But this is really just like falling back with that joy and that exuberance and that excitement. And what are you falling into? The arms of the angels, right? And so you can surrender this process and just know that even though it feels great, and even though it's delicious, and even though it's fun, and even though it might be overwhelming, and even though you um may not even like really believe it at first, right? It's kind of like shocking, kind of these things that are going to be happening, but that's the instant manifestations coming through. It's like you're planting these seeds, and now all of a sudden you get them, and it's like, holy snap, like I'm powerful and I'm mighty and I'm sovereign, and this is my thing. Like I created that, I manifested that. Like if I could do that, what else can I do? It's that kind of energy. It's like I feel like, because so many of us have timeline jumped and so many of our gifts are being activated, that you're going to be surprised at yourself, right? You're going to be shocked at your own self about the things that you're able to do and accomplish and achieve and manifest in this world, and know that you've got the angels and your guides supporting you at all times, right? So throw it out there. Pray big, obnoxious, like magnanimous prayers, right? Like really put it out there. Like, if it could have anything, if I could do anything, if I could be anything, what would it be? Like shoot your shit to the divine and see where it lands. I'm telling you, this is a big time for people. And look, Archangel Raziel coming in with faith, right? Yes, faith. Like I said, you take one step towards the divine will take 10 steps towards you, right? And what is faith? Faith is having taken that step in the darkness, even when you don't see the step. So you're not gonna know the whole pathway. You're not meant to. You're not going to know each and every step along the way, right? Like this isn't you kind of like mapping it out. I mean, you can try to map it out, but You know what they say, like, if you want to make God laugh, make plans. But this is about you taking one inspired action step in the right direction and knowing that everything else will be added to you upon the way. Right? It's like, I don't know what the next step is going to be after that. All I know is, like, I feel like I need to do this and let me try this. And then when you go do that, something else will be shown to you. And then boop, along the way, you get to just rock it out, see the sights, taste the things, meet the people, and keep moving forward. Powerful messages. And then Archangel Michael with enchantment. Your life is going to feel pretty magical in the next few months, right? Eclipse energy lasts for about 3 to 6 months after the eclipse. But this portal is magical. It's awakening. It's powerful. It's transformative. It's an initiation into a new version of yourself. So things are going to feel really, really magical for you. Really magical. And we have the beautiful unicorn coming in with healing energy, and we have that delicious purple energy representing the crown chakra. So you're going to be getting these downloads, these heightened awarenesses, tapping into your higher self, and you're going to even, I'm telling you, your psychic and spiritual gifts are about to come online like this. You're not even going to recognize who you are at other end of this, and that's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful gift. Thank you, angels. Thank you, guys, for being here with me in the collective. What do we need to know? We need to see on this 1111 portal. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for these messages. All right. Bottom of the deck, inner earth. You'll survive this. Hell yeah, you will. New solutions and beginnings. So it can be a little intense, right? Again, you're like the caterpillar and the chrysalis, right? You just dissolved. Your whole world just went to shit. You don't even know if you're coming or going. You don't know if you're up or down, in or out, right? But you're going to survive this, and it's fine. You're going through this initiation because you can. You're going through this initiation because you're meant to. You're going through this initiation because you're powerful, right? And so allow yourself to move forward and to not be scared of the path that you're on, and to not resist the things that you're seeing and you're learning, right? Like, some of you are going to be activated by understanding new, deeper spiritual truths, and some of you are going to be being led to really be kind of like center stage, right? To share your light more, to share your voice more, to share your inner creativity. So maybe that's through your music, or through your art, or through writing, or standing on a stage, or the the company that you work for, or whatever environment you're in, your light is being activated and you're meant to be there at that time, right? So what are you learning in these situations? What are you learning from the people that you're around? What are you learning about yourself? And what's being reflected back to you, right? You have all these people in your environment that are kind of triggering you and getting under your skin, and what do you need to learn from that? Because triggers are indicators that that's something that we need to heal. It's not everybody else's fault and everybody else is stupid. It's, what do I need to heal within myself so that I can traverse these energies? What are they reflecting back to me? Is it that I'm impatient? Is it that I have high expectations of others, and therefore myself, right? Do I need to trust the process a little bit more? Do I need to focus my energies more on myself and stop being so focused on other people and what they're doing? There's a lot within there, okay? And look, we got Earth School. Inner Earth to Earth School. Life lessons, soul growth, study, higher learning. Like I said, you're being activated and initiated to a whole new level of yourself. And it's a beautiful thing. But it can be overwhelming. It's like going from high school to college, or college to grad school, right? It's like things are going to get a little bit more intense. More is expected of you at this time. But again, this is all a part of your sacred plan and sacred destiny, right? You came in with certain markers um, on your soul path, and it was like at certain times during your life you were meant to experience certain experiences, or meet certain people, or go through certain initiations. This is one of these periods. This is one of these periods where you were being activated and cut online real quick, so that you can step to the next level of your timeline. And some of you have felt that shift already. I know I felt that shift already, where I jumped timelines, and I mean, I awoke with like some deep, crazy spiritual gifts and awarenesses, and my dreams are getting crazy. And I was like, holy shit, it's about to get really, really real. And that's where we're at right now. It just got really, really real. And then you have beautiful whale and orca elders. Like I said, some of you with this music and your songs, that's part of your gifts. Share your song. Frequency of sound, diving deep, right? You're meant to share your song, your voice, your music, your art, your book, your talents, your skills, like however that shows up for you, right? But this is really not, don't let the song die within you, right? Don't let the song die within you. I cannot say that enough. Get it out. Give it a platform. It doesn't necessarily mean that the whole world needs to hear it or that the whole world will resonate it, but it needs to come through you. All right. You can't make this shit up. You guys saw me shuffle on camera, right? Portal. Doors are opening. You decide rewards and wild card, right? The door is open. It's initiation time. Serious time for the portal. But you have to choose to walk through it, right? You might be getting pushed forward. You're being nudged. You're being encouraged. It's like the angels are standing on both sides of you as you're walking down the freaking hallway to this amazing door in front of you. And they got pom-poms and all the things. And everyone's cheering you on. Go, 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 you got this, patting you on your back. It's like when you're running a marathon and you just got all the people just cheering for you, right? That's this energy. But it's up to you to walk through it or not, to take the wild card and to make something magical and magnificent happen in your life. You have to decide. And trust me when I say it can be a little overwhelming and scary at times, but you're not alone. You're not doing this alone. You got angels surrounding you at all times. You got your ancestors with you at all times. When I trust and believe, you are never alone, right? I'm not the only one here that's going to help support you during this time. But if you need me, as always, my information is at the bottom at theenlighteneddaughter.com. Earth pulsing, pulse of the mother, slow down, time and nature. So coming out of nature is really going to be transformative. Gaia is always supporting us as we go through this thing so we can really ground these energies, right? You want to have 2 feet on the ground, but you also want to keep your eyes at the stars, right? So you really want to keep grounded and settled and centered during this time so that you're not getting thrown off path. But the deeper our roots grow, the higher we can ascend, right? It's like a beautiful tree. You see beautiful redwood trees, right? They're hundreds of feet in the air, but those roots grow deep and thick under the earth and within the tree network, right? And so you really want to make sure that you're grounded and centered during this time because it's gonna get intense. We don't need you flying off into the stars. We need you down here, really being grounded and centered in your beingness, okay? And then, oh, the 7 star sisters. I feel like this is like the Palladian energy. Birth and creations, tapestry of life, expression. I asked you a couple of times, and I'm going to say it again. What needs to be birthed through you at this time? What is trying to come through your soul at this time, and how can you honor it? How can you step forward into it? What is one inspired action step that you can take so that you can move forward? What do you need to express? How can you express your truth and your light and your sovereignty? Right? What are the things that need to be said? What are the things that need to be felt? What are the things that need to be made at this time? Right? They can only come through you. 2222, I'm saying on the clock. Amazing. Thank you, angels. Thank you guys for being here with me in the collective. What do we need to know? What do we need to see? For this 1111 portal. What does everybody need to know? What do we need to see? This is the Gateway Oracle. What do we need to know? And what do we need to see? Bottom of the deck, flying free. I unfurl my wings and fly. You see how she doesn't have any baggage with her? Right? Just holding on. It reminds me of a beautiful dove, right? Holding on and just allowing themselves to fly free. So, 2 things here. One, leave the baggage behind because it's no longer serving you. And two, fly higher and get a higher perspective of things. We do not always perceive our own best interests, right? So thank God that we have the divine and our team of light there to support us and to kind of see things from a higher perspective. And know that when you're being guided on this path, right, it may not be what you would necessarily want to do, but the divine always shows up in ways, and we're always being guided in ways for our soul mission, our soul path. Hey, butter, what's that? Oh, dragonfly friend, right? There's always we're always being led to our highest and greatest good, right, on the path of least resistance. So in our egoic mind, it may not look like the path of least resistance, but at the end of the day, because we have our team of light that can see the big picture, they know ultimately where we're trying to go and what our destiny and our fates are, right? And so we're always being guided there. So really trusting in that process. Taking some time today to just be one with yourself, savoring pleasure. I fully embrace bliss in my life. This is being very present, right? Like the present is where it's safest. The present is where we have all the power. The egoic mind is always focused on the past or always focused on the future, right? And so, yes, I want you to take this energy today to be clear about what are the things that you want to bring into your life, but also be very, again, with that grounded energy. You need to be present, right? Like, where you're at today and what's going on with you today, and how can you show appreciation and joy for where you're at today. It doesn't mean that you're going to stay there. It doesn't mean that you can't want something more, and greater for yourself, but take stock of where you're at today, right? Maybe take a minute and take a bath, right? Maybe go for a walk outside and go look at nature, or you know um you can't get outside, weather permitting, bring nature into your home, like plants and shamanic music, shamanic drums, whatever that can be, but doing the things that just bring a little bit of joy into your life, doing some things to raise your vibration. When we're at a higher vibrational frequency, then we align with other things that are also high vibrational. So what other blessings and joy can you bring into your life, right? It's like the lotto thing. Like everybody kind of like wanted it from an egoic stance, but not everybody is living that high vibrational lifestyle in order to be in alignment with something like that, something that great. And I think only one person ended up winning it, so that person must be have been envisioning themselves as a billionaire. Like they know about abundance, they know about prosperity, they know that they are in alignment with it, which is why that became their reality. Right. And so a lot of people were disappointed, and some people were like, cool, next. If it's not mine, it wasn't meant for me. And it's like getting to that mode. It's like, oh, if I didn't get it, then it wasn't meant for me. On to the next. It's like you don't hold on to the outcome. You don't get all stressed out about these things. Standing firm. I am noble, brave, and strong. Hell yeah, you are. And when people are throwing rocks at you, guess what? Use them to build a motherfucking brick house, right? Like, use them to stand upon and to show just how strong you are. Those rocks are not going to affect you, right? No weapon formed against me shall prosper. You got to remember those. The weapons that are formed against you. The weapons will be formed. The nonsense will be formed. The distractions will come. The delays will come. The negative thoughts will come. People will always have a comment. So what? Water off a duck's back, right? Because this is you standing in your power, standing in your truth, moving forward. And not everybody's going to understand. Not everybody's meant to. Not your problem, right? Not my monkey, not my circus. You don't have to understand my goals and dreams. You don't have to understand where I'm going. You don't have to understand my gifts. I do. This is for me, and this is my path, right? The things that I'm doing in this lifetime, I never saw myself doing. 10 years ago, I would have never told you I would have been doing like spiritual work every single day, and like that would be my life. Like I would have told you were freaking crazy, but this is what I was meant to do. And the more I veered off path, the more my path started freaking collapsing around me until I got back on track, right? And so like if your world is going to shit around you, is because you're not on path and you need to make some adjustments so you can get back on track. It's heavenly guidance and protection, despite the fact that it may not always feel like that. And look, planting seeds. Seeds of grace are being planted in the fertile soil of my soul. This is the time. This is the time. So what are you planning? What are you manifesting at this time? Whatever you're manifesting is going to take root, good, bad, or indifferent. What we put out into the universe, we get back. So what are you manifesting? And if you're looking at your life right now, you're not happy with where things have gone, guess what? Those are old manifestations from old energies that are playing out right now. And spiritual truth, we all must experience the energy in which we've created. So if you have been, showing mad love and being mad generous, you're gonna get mad love and you're gonna get generosity. If you've been lying and cheating, on people, you're gonna get lied to, you're gonna get cheated on. It's give and take. It's not like you're not gonna sit there and just talk shit about people all day long and think that people aren't gonna talk shit about you. But you also get to go out there and plant all these beautiful seeds and be a great person and be kind and generous and compassionate, and then that kindness, that generosity, and that compassion will be shown unto you, right? The universe is very benevolent in that sense, right? It's the law of reciprocity, or some call it karma. What you put out comes back to you threefold. So what are you willing to plant? And be very mindful, right, of the seeds that you're planting. You can't plant an apple seed and think you're going to get a freaking orange tree. Be careful of the weeds in your mind, right? You want to start cleaning that up, and that's a lot of why we had all those deep karmic clearings and healings in the past couple of days, right? We're cleaning up the weeds in our life so that all that's left in our garden are the things that we really want there, the fruits, the flowers, the beauty, right? Amazing. All right, we got the soul's journey coming in. Angels and guys, thank you for being here with me again. This amazing collective. What's up, y'all? Thank you for joining me here in the 1111 portal. So excited. What do we need to know? What do we need to see? What's the message for the collective? That's it. Nothing? I'll move on to the next step. Oh, yeah. These are the things. Oh, no. Okay. Here we go. These messages are cracking me up. as I start laughing. Humor. Oh, I choose to focus on the lighter side of life. Sometimes you just gotta laugh at some of the shit that you go through or grow through, right? Sometimes you just gotta laugh. I'll experience something. I'll be like, wow, in 5 years from now, we're really gonna look back at this time and laugh about it, right? It may not feel like that in the moment, but know that that energy is coming, right? 5 years is about to be fucking hilarious. So again, raising your vibration. What can you do to bring more joy, laughter, peace into your life? Right? The higher your vibration is, the more you're in alignment with the manifestations that are going to serve your highest and greatest good. Patience, my beloveds. Patience coming in. So I accept that everything happens in divine order. If you're being impatient, you're going to be taught patience. Sometimes that's through the relationships that you deal with. Sometimes that's through the delays and the actions. Like, we need to be patient. It's like we were just planting a seed, right? You plant a seed, you're not going to go to the freaking field tomorrow and be like, oh my God, like I have an amazing tree. No, these things take time, right? And so it's going to take time for you to adjust to your new gifts. It's going to take time for you to adjust to your new timeline. It's going to take time for you to adjust to the new version of yourself, right? And be patient with yourself. You didn't spend the past 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years being the person that you are and think that you're just going to wake up one day and cut on the light switch and everything is going to be gone, fine, and healed. It's just unrealistic, right? So you're on this process and you're healing, you're growing, you're evolving, you're ascending. And some things will be escalated and will jump, like this timeline that we just went through. And some things are going to move a little slower because there's more things that you need to learn. There's more things that you need to kind of experience in order to really fully step into this path, right? For many people, it's like we want these big goals and dreams, and then if we don't get it in 5 seconds, once we put the seed out there, we think that that's never going to happen. No, maybe you're not ready for it, right? So maybe you got to backtrack a little, or learn something, or have a conversation, or take the back roads of life so that you can learn the things that you need to learn, right? And along the way, it's preparing you for where you're headed. Pride, yep, pride and ego death, big time. I love myself and I see myself in everyone. Like I said, we're so focused on what everyone else is doing. What is that a reflection of within yourself, right? If you're triggered, then that's an indication of where you need to heal, right? There's a difference between the pride where you've done something amazing and like you took a really hard test and you passed and it's like, wow, I'm so proud of myself. And the nasty pride was like, oh, I'm better than you and I think that I'm smarter than you and well, you never can do anything right and they did this and she did this and he did this and what about you? Right? We put one finger at somebody, pointing three back at ourselves. What about you? Because at the end of the day, you don't know fucking everything. No one does. We're all learning, and everybody's at a different level of their spiritual path, and everyone's being initiated to different levels of their spiritual journey. So just because you may be up here in one sense doesn't mean that you know everything because you're learning from other people. And just because a person might be below you today doesn't mean that they can't go past you, right? Depending on how far your egoic mind is taking you, whether you're following the mind, which is a servant of the soul, or you're following the soul, will depend on how you traverse these energies, right? This is not something that's going to be intellectual. This is spiritual. This is soul. This is heart. And if you're going to try to think your way through this, you're going to be a little bit more challenged. Death, right? Scorpio season has killed a lot of stuff, right? Parts of you are dying away that don't need to be here. I'm learning that endings are merely beginnings. That's all this is, right? Scorpio is a sign of death and rebirth. So everything that's died away, everything that we've had to get rid of, everything that we've lost is so that something bigger and greater can come in, so that we can transform, so that we can be the highest and greatest version of ourselves. Not a punishment, blessings, okay? And honesty. Ooh, I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. Time to be really honest with yourself about what it is that you want and what you're trying to manifest and where it's coming from. Again, are you manifesting from the egoic mind? Are you manifesting from your soul and your heart? Right? Can't always expect the truth from others, but you damn well better give it to yourself, right? It's time to be really honest. Take stock of where you're at and the things that are going on within your world. What am I meant to do? What am I meant to see? What am I meant to know? How can I do this? Where am I holding myself back? Where's fear dictating my life? How am I distracting myself? How am I delaying myself? Am I scared to take a chance on myself? Am I being guided to, speak up and then I don't? Am I being guided to write that song, but I'm scared to put it out there? Am I being guided to write that book, but I'm overthinking it and thinking, oh, I don't know the publisher and I don't know about editing? It's like, stop. Just start getting it on paper, right? Just start writing it down and allow people to come into your life that will help you later. When I started the Enlightened Daughter, I didn't know why I was starting the Enlightened Daughter. I was guided to start the Enlightened Daughter, like start a YouTube channel, and I was like, why? I don't want to be on camera every day. Like, that's not my thing. Like, I'm big on helping people in the background. I'm very big on helping people in the background. It was never my thing to be like on camera, center stage, doing the stuff because people talk a lot of shit about people on camera. And I'm about that in real life. Like, I don't have the patience for it, like, and I don't sit here gossiping and talking shit about other people, so I'm not interested in having a lifestyle which people will be gossiping and talking about me all the time. But at the end of the day, there are certain messages and gifts and conversations that needed to be had that needed to come through me. And so despite the fact that like I didn't really know what I was doing and half the time I still don't feel like I know what I'm doing, along the way people were like helping me. So I just started making videos and I started doing readings and I just started doing my thing, and then I get a person like, oh, you should do this for your video, or oh, you should talk about this, or oh, you should structure this, or I get classes put in front of me, or spiritual teachers and gurus put in front of me, and other mystics, and I just picked up the stuff along the way. I had the faith to just keep going. I'm like, God, I don't know what this is, just make sure that my kids and I always have a place to live and our needs are always met. I don't know what the heck we're doing over here. I don't even know where this is going, but I'm going to trust that this is the path, because when I'm trying to do anything else, everything's going to shit. And along the way, a lot of people have come forward to help me, and help that I didn't know that I needed. It's like you're thinking, I don't, trust me, I have an intro to this video. I didn't know I needed an intro to the video, but someone amazing in my life was like, you should do an intro to the video. So wherever you're at in the world, people always know that's you when you make your video. Fantastic. Now that's a thing, right? Got a schedule together. I was like taking a few courses about stuff that like I just was just interested in, or I just happened to be interested in the teacher. And those things later on in life were like, oh, I could use that information for this. Like, you're given these tools and these gifts and these structures along the way. You may not even realize how they're going to benefit your highest and greatest good. So don't fight it. All right? Don't fight it. All right. We're going to end with the Keepers of the Light. So any final messages for the collective, for this amazing 1111 portal? Ha! Look at this. Joan of Arc, voice of truth. Can't make this up. Stand strong. Focus on your purpose. Release the fear of persecution and speak your truth. That's me right here, baby. And this is probably many of you as well, right? This isn't the Inquisition time period, right? Like, you're allowed to say what you want to say for the most part, and it is what it is. People are either going to resonate with it or they're not. But you don't need to be scared anymore to stand in your truth. And if you do feel fear, and you feeling like convicted or whatever, call upon Archangel Michael to support you. I call upon Archangel Michael all the time to help support me, guide me, guard me, protect me, help give me the strength and the courage to move forward, to share these messages with the collective, to not be scared of, like I said, the judgments and the criticisms of others. It's just, it is what it is. Like, I'm meant to do this, and the people that I connect with are the ones that I'm meant to connect with. That's it. And either you resonate with the message or you don't. I'm not gonna lose sleep about it. My job is to get it out. What happens once it's out is not up to me. That I give to the angels. I'm like, put it in front of whoever needs to see it. Allow whoever needs to hear it, and then I move on with my day. Bottom of the deck, the Miriam. Sacred vision. Choose to forgive in order to heal. See the lights in all. Remove that love has no boundaries. All right. Again, if you happen to resonate as a twin flame, this is going to be a dual message for you. Okay. Um, Healing and forgiveness, right? That's for yourself, right? Forgiveness is a healing balm that we give to ourselves. It has nothing to do with the person, the place, the situation that we had those experiences with. It literally is all about you at every given moment. Why? Because we don't want to hold that poison in our body, right? When we have anger, bitterness, resentment, frustration, we're pissed off at another person. It's like we're poisoning ourselves, expecting the other person to die. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. So it's time to forgive and forget. And it doesn't mean that you forget the lesson. It doesn't mean that it gives the person a pass. And it doesn't mean that what happened was okay. None of that. What it means is that you're moving on from that energy. You took the lesson, you took the blessing from it, you're moving on, ashes to ashes, dust to dust, and now you set some very clear and healthy boundaries from a space of love, right? When we build up a wall, right, we're blocking everything. So not only we're blocking those in front of us out, but we're blocking ourselves from seeing clearly. But boundaries are more like a gate, right? You can be a little discerning about what's going on. You can see what's in front of you, others can see, and you have the ability to either open the gate or shut it. Very different energies, right? One's a high vibrational state of like protection, another comes from fear. Walls are going to come from fear. Boundaries are going to come from love because you're loving yourself, okay? Excuse me. Commander Ashtar, call to action. Take charge. Lead by example. Walk your talk. Walk your talk. Lead by example. You are a pioneer, right? You're the creator. Uh, for many of you, the things that you're doing or meant to do are not going to make sense to others because no one else has done it yet. Because it can't be done because it's supposed to come through you. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is your gift. This is your unique expression of the divine. These are your talents and your skills that you incarnated with at this time that are meant to be expressed to you. It's not going to come through anybody else. It's not meant to. It's not meant to. So how can you step up? How can you move forward? How can you live in your truth? How can you activate your gifts, right? I love all these beautiful colors that are coming up. I feel like all the chakras are represented today. So Nunos, life force, express your driving passion. Sensual and sexual powers are increased, right? Sexual energy is life force energy, right? And so you can use that. I'm a big practitioner of sex magic, right? You and somebody else get together and you're trying to manifest something and you guys kind of focus on that manifestation. And then when you're in the act of lovemaking, right, and really focusing those energies, you use your orgasm to propel that energy upwards to the divine. So definitely using it. We forget that sexual energy is a creation energy. Like, we give birth to children through sexual energy. It's not meant to be oppressed or to be ashamed of, right? So really focusing those energies in a really healthy way. If you're feeling a little bit more spicy at this time, especially because we're in Scorpio season, right? And Scorpio is a big energy of sexuality and sensuality. How can you use that energy and like focus it and channel it into your creativity, right? Doesn't mean you want to be sitting around like freaking jerking off all day long, but you want to use that energy for something greater. So channel that extra energy, that extra creative energy into your songs, into your books, into your art, into whatever it is that you're meant to give birth for at this time. Super powerful. Kuhumi, I think. I don't know, I might be saying that wrong. Cloak of wisdom. You already know the answer you seek. Trust what you know. You know what you know what you know, right? At a deep soul level, you know what you know what you know. You incarnated with all of these gifts and these awarenesses. The things that are being activated within you right now, right? Maybe you don't know how you know them, but you just know, right? And so maybe you'll be led down the rabbit hole to different spiritual truths and texts and teachers that'll help guide you, but don't overthink it, right? You're getting the downloads from the divine for the reason. You're activating these beautiful dormant gifts for a reason. You know because you've known from past lifetimes, from doing the work in other lifetimes, and now it's being activated here during this lifetime. Okay, so don't overthink it. Just move forward with it. Amazing. Krishna, oh, devotion. Trust your spiritual guidance. You can't make this stuff up. You literally, guys, you saw me shuffle on camera. Trust your spiritual guidance. Your commitment has been recognized. You are loved unconditionally. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. At all times, the divine is pouring into you. And Kali Ma, yes, facing fear. Major spiritual changes are unfolding. This is your chance to soar, right? Kali Ma takes no shit, gives zero fucks, right? Like, she cuts the snake off at the head. It's like, I'm not trying to hear the nonsense. I'm not trying to hear the bullshit. The karma, the drama, the distorted belief system, the blocks, the fears, whatever it is that's in your life that needs to go, she's helping to support you getting rid of that right now. So really beautiful energy. I mean, really, really beautiful energy of just being courageous, like Joan of Arc. It's like, I'm not scared of anything anymore. It's like, I might be scared, but I know that I'm not alone. I might be scared, but I know that I got an army of angels around me at any given point, right? So I can move forward with confidence and courage, right? And really like express my truth. And I know that I'll be led where I'm meant to be led, and I know that the messages are going to go to the people that are they're supposed to hear it, right? Point blank and simple. And I know that my path is guided by the divine, so I don't need to be scared to take that step. Because I know if I trip and fall, the Most High is going to pick me back up. I know that when I take that step in the dark, that another step is going to be available to me. And I know that if I take a leap and I can't learn to fly, I'm going to be caught, right? It's that kind of energy just moving forward. Then we have Mercury, open communication. Get a weight off your chest. Speak up with love and be heard. It is so freeing when you stand in your truth and you allow yourself to be heard. It's so freeing when you're no longer holding on to that information, those messages um, within you, right? And this isn't communicating from a space of like low vibration where you're kind of just like, um, kind of like spazzing out on people and just kind of flipping, right? No, this is about you like standing in your power and communicating from your heart space and really focusing on the I message. You know, it's like I feel this kind of way, or I'm thinking about these things, or I am sovereign, I am luminous, I am joy, I am love, I am light, I am prosperous, I'm abundant, right? Very different conversation than being like, well, you didn't do this and you didn't do that, and like that's reactionary. We're moving past that, right? We're responding, we're communicating clearly, we're allowing our truth to be heard, we're allowing our voice to be heard, we're singing our songs, we're dancing our dance, we're getting our message out there. And whether or not we feel anyone will resonate with it, or if it's just something that we felt like we needed to get out, then that's what this is. Journal during this time. That's going to be really powerful and really helpful to you. Journal, 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 journal. Get whatever that's in you out, right? You may not have a platform, you may not want to share it with the collective, but get it out of your body so that it has a space, so that it has a platform, and then you can decide later what you want to do with it, right? Hey, friends. And then I'm not even going to try to say their name, but Dharma Unfolding. Remember that you are on a path. Take one step at a time to happiness. This is our final message, but like I said, take one inspired step. Just one. What's the one thing that you can do today to move you forward? Even if it's just acknowledging that there's something that needs to be done. Even if it's just acknowledging, you know what, like, I'm comfortable where I'm at, but I know that there's more for me. Like, what does your happily ever after look like? What does that look like as far as your health, as far as love and intimacy, as far as your friendships, your family, your children, your lifestyle, how you travel, where you live, like what does that look like to you? And what's one step that you can make towards it? Just one little action step. Even if it's just getting a journal and just writing it down. Use this day to write some stuff down, maybe draw out some pictures, create a vision board. I just created a dope vision board on freaking Canva, right? Like I didn't have freaking poster boards. So I was just like, I'm gonna go online and figure it out, right? And now I have something to look at. Like my daughter is big on imagination. She loves to draw, and I'm like, draw out like 10 things that you want in life. Like shoot big. Ask God for everything. Doesn't matter how it comes. Doesn't necessarily have to come through mommy. Although I am magical that way, but just put it out there. You'd be surprised at the blessings that you receive. So Dharma unfolding. Powerful time, people. It's a powerful time. It's the 11/11 portal. It's an 11/11/22 day, reducing down to the 10s. We got instant manifestations. We got light. We got awakenings. We got initiations. We got spiritual awareness. We got peace coming in. We got joy. We got love. We got romance. We got magic. We got enchantment. We got mysticism. Like all the things. All of the things are here for you, right? So enjoy it, embrace it. If you need support during this time, definitely reach out to me at theenlighteneddaughter.com, here on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, all the things. I love connecting with you guys. You know that. That's why I'm always doing this stuff. But anyway, I love you. God loves you. Angels surround you. And I will see you on the other side later.